good evening, and welcome to Weird-O-Rama. I'm your host, Victim on Psychotron, and all of us at Weird-O-Rama will always strive to bring you the creepy.
This train will not get to a station. There will be an accident.
The strange.
We'll introduce to you.
And of course, the weird.
Christine Shaw.
Nice girl, that. Lovely head.
Tonight we have a film for you called The Clairvoyant, also known as The Evil Mind, starring legendary actor Claude and the lovely Wray. We'll also have an episode of One Step Beyond. Sorry. So, lock all of your doors and windows, turn off all of your lights, sit back, have a cup of tea, and enjoy tonight's film, The Clairvoyant. But first, One Step Beyond.
The next 30 minutes could happen to anybody. To you or your neighbor. Maybe it has. Maybe it will. If it ever does, would you believe it? Would you have the nerve to talk about it?
Lisa! 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 Où est cette petite? Oh mon Dieu, mon Dieu, mon Dieu. Lisa! It is time for your ballet lesson. Come on! Vite, 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 vite! Where is that child? Oh, this is terrible. Look at your face. This is certainly not ladylike. Ivy has been looking for you. Annette is waiting for you. Mais qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? C'est terrible. On ne peut pas compter sur vous du tout.
Lisa Garrick, age 11. Reluctant ballerina. How nice to be 11 in the wonderful world of 1901. A world of peace and security, and for little girls, fun. No reason for it to ever change. No reason that Lisa knew of.
1, 2, 3, 4. Higher, Lisa, higher. That's better. 1, 2. Your hands soft, restful. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Mr. Garrick. Oh, I didn't mean to pry. I was only passing.
That's all right, Abby. I don't blame you for watching.
Oh, she's a picture. She's so lovely. I can close my eyes and almost see her mother.
Yes, she has the same grace, the same love of life.
1, 2, 3, 4, and stop. Now let's do.
Mademoiselle Guerrero, I'm tired. Couldn't I rest for a minute?
Tired? We just started. A ballet dancer tired? That is not possible. Come on, come on, come on. Daddy!
Oh, hey, that was pretty good, wasn't it? Catching that leap that way. What do you think, Mademoiselle Garot? Would I make a good partner for this prima ballerina, or do you think I'm starting a little late?
Oh, Daddy, don't pat that do with me. Well, you can do it.
no.
Come on,
Well,
try
stop,
it.
stop, stop, Lisa. Your father is much too old for that kind of foolishness.
Mademoiselle Garot is quite right. As a ballet dancer, I'm afraid I'm past my prime. Now, you go right ahead with your lesson, and I'll watch from over here.
Let's show the turns to your father. Annette, please, la grande valse brillante. Go to the center of the floor, please. Ready? Begin. Faster, faster. That's better. Faster, faster, faster. Good. Good, good, Lisa. Good. Bravo, ballerina, bravo. Oh, elle était merveilleuse. Elle fait vraiment des progrès, n'est-ce pas? Stop now. That is enough. Vraiment.
Has she ever suffered from vertigo, dizzy spells, faintness, that sort of thing?
Never, Dr. Parsons. She's always been a healthy child. She's never been sick.
She doesn't seem to have struck her head when she fell, but she certainly has sustained some kind of shock. Probably some infantile hysteria.
But I tell you, Dr. Parsons, she isn't the sort of child.
Daddy! Daddy! Daddy!
Lisa, darling, what is it?
It fell! It fell on top of me!
What did, young lady?
The chandelier! It tore out of the ceiling on top of me! On top of
Lisa,
me!
the chandelier didn't fall.
It did, Daddy! It did! It fell on top of me!
Honey, you just imagined it.
Daddy, you've got to believe me! Please listen! It came out of the ceiling. Plaster in the wood cracked all to pieces.
Honey, I saw the chandelier only a few moments ago. It's right where it's always been.
Daddy, I saw it! Please listen! It came out and it smashed and it jangled and I was under it! Daddy, I was under it!
All right.
Now, young lady, I think we've heard enough of that, don't you? You had a dizzy spell and you fainted. Now I want you to rest and sleep. And when you're all calmed down, you'll see that it was just your imagination. Ah, here we are.
It came out of the ceiling.
Thank you, Abby.
Plaster in the wood cracked all to pieces. Daddy, I saw it. I saw it.
All right, honey, I believe you.
Here, Lisa, let me see you take this. It'll help you rest.
Get some sleep now. You promise?
I'll try, Daddy.
Good girl.
Give her another one tomorrow if she has trouble sleeping, but I don't believe she will. After a good night's rest, it'll be gone from her mind.
Thank you, Doctor.
Darling, I didn't mean to frighten you. What in the world are you doing up at this hour?
I wanted to look. I just had to. I just had to.
Lisa. Lisa, darling, what's the matter?
I looked in to see if she was sleeping, and I found her down here, sir.
Oh, Daddy. Daddy, I had to see. I just had to.
Why, of course you did, darling. Now, let's have a real look, shall we? Come along, Lisa.
No.
There. Nothing's going to happen, you see?
No, Daddy, no! It wasn't you, it was me!
Eat a little breakfast, honey. You'll feel better.
I'm not hungry.
What is it, darling? Still upset about yesterday? You'll forget about it soon.
No, I won't.
You know how when you get dizzy, everything kind of spins around? Well, it looks like you got so dizzy doing those turns yesterday that things not only went around like this, but up and down, too.
Only down.
All right, only down. But it happens to everybody. It's just kind of a trick our imagination plays on us.
Daddy, it wasn't my imagination. It was real.
Real?
Yes.
But how could it be? The chandelier's still there, isn't it?
Yes.
And you're here with me, aren't you?
Yes, but it was real.
Well, all right. That's better. I'm working home today, so maybe we can spend a couple of hours together this afternoon. How about it?
I'd like that, Daddy. Come on, Abby, throw them to me.
Well, I'm sending them right. It just goes where it has a mind to.
Oh, Abby, no, that's all wrong. You've got to throw it overhand.
Well, all right, I'll try it. Oh! Oh. Lisa, did you find it? Lisa, what's taking you so long?
Would you call Miss Lisa for me, please, Abby?
To come in here, sir?
Yes, please.
Why, she won't come in this room, Mr. Garrick. You know that, sir. She hasn't been in this room in more than 10 years.
Abby, please. Call her. Well, what do you say, Ed?
She's as sound as a dollar, Mr. Garrick. It would take an earthquake to move her. She's as strong as the day she was put in. If she'd moved at all, there would have been cracks in the plaster, and there isn't any. And there's no rust on the metalwork. She's as sound as a dollar, Mr. Garrick.
You're absolutely sure?
Yes, sir. There's a little trap in the ceiling that leads to where she's anchored. I inspected all the fittings, and there's no rust on the metalwork. She's as strong as the day she was put in. If she'd moved at all, there would have been cracks in the plaster, and there isn't any. I'd say it would take an earthquake to move her.
All right, thank you, Ed.
Thank you.
To me, Daddy?
Yes, Lisa. You remember Ed Matthews?
Of course. How are you, Mr. Matthews?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. You look lovely every time I see you, Miss Garrick.
Thank you.
Ed has gone all over the chandelier from top to bottom.
Daddy, please.
Oh, the chandelier was put up there to stay, Miss Garrick. It would take an earthquake to move it.
Thank you very much. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, sure, Mr. Garrick. Sure. Excuse me, miss.
Now, you see, darling, you believe me now, don't you? If anything were wrong, Ed Matthews would have found it.
Daddy.
Lisa, listen to me. You're not a child any longer.
Daddy, please.
Lisa, may I come in?
Certainly, Daddy.
George is downstairs.
Already? Golly, I'd better hurry.
Where are you going?
To the opera with Louise and Melissa.
Why don't you all come back here afterwards for a late supper? I'm sure Abby and Mrs. Wilson would be happy to prepare something for you.
Thank you. Maybe we will. Could you fasten me, please?
Certainly. Oh, you look perfectly charming.
Thank you.
Darling, I have a request to make of you. I'm not going to demand it because I respect your feelings.
I know you do, Daddy. You always have, and I'm very grateful.
You know, for generations, the women of my family have made their debuts in the ballroom. This is a special occasion. Not only your debut, but the announcement of your engagement as well. It just wouldn't seem right to have it anyplace else, would it?
No, I suppose it wouldn't. I know it's childish, but I just can't help it.
I can't. I just can't. It's still so vivid to me.
Lisa, darling girl, do you think for one moment I would contemplate the possibility of endangering the life of my child? Not to mention my guests. Of course I wouldn't. In the 10 years since your experience, the chandelier hasn't budged in its moorings a fraction of an inch. If there was the slightest sign of weakness, Ed Matthews would have found it.
Yes, I'm sure he would have. If he could see it. But how do we know?
We don't, of course. We don't know when a horse will run away. We don't know where lightning will strike. We don't know what deadly germs are in the very air we breathe. But we can't very well organize our lives around such fears, can we?
No.
Darling, it means a great deal to me. Have you spoken to George about this? Well, you don't have to give me your answer now, but will you think about it?
Yes, Daddy, I'll think about it.
Thank you. That's all I ask.
Daddy? I'll try. I promise.
Good girl.
Your wrap, miss?
I'm sorry, George. Ready?
I have been for years.
Daddy talked to me tonight about having the engagement party in there.
Mm-hmm. What did you tell him?
I told him I'd think about it. You think I'm being very foolish, don't you?
I think you're beautiful, adorable, and just a little foolish.
Well, maybe I am. I don't know. I really don't know.
Are there any more potatoes?
I'll see if I can find you some more, sir.
Again, Martha. Don't you realize there's a limit to the capacity of the human body?
Yes, but that's exactly what I'm trying to find out, the limit. Now, don't scoff. This is in the nature of a scientific experiment.
Well, at the rate you're going, you're liable to become a martyr to science. You are prepared, I assume, to die if need be for the service of your cause?
Of course. And what a glorious death that would be. The victim of a final filet mignon. Or of an innocent but lethal brook trout.
That's ridiculous, dying from overeating. I should think it would be very untidy.
Oh, not a bit. At any rate, that's just the way I want to go. Indulging myself to the very last. How about you, Evan? Wouldn't you like to die like that?
Oh, no, not me. I want to go in my sleep when I least expect it. And then all my relatives will be shocked, particularly when they read my will and find I died penniless.
How about you, Melissa?
Oh, I wanted to go in great style. Painlessly, of course. In a great silken bed with all my grandchildren around me weeping softly.
Oh, I know. And with muted strings playing softly in the background.
It's better than dying with your stomach full.
How about you, Lisa?
What?
Well, how would you like to die?
I know how I'm going to die.
How's he? How in the world can she? How in the world she go?
And Lisa rightfully believes that at the appointed time, a special deputation of angels and archangels will come down. Well, don't you think that's just as likely to come from on high as something falling from a stage?
Please, George, please.
Well, did I say something wrong? I was only joking.
Of course you were. There was no reason to take it so seriously.
Why did you get so upset?
It hasn't anything to do with us. Please believe me, it's something that, well, it's hard to explain. I think, I'm sorry, but maybe we'd better leave. Lisa's, well, she's trying to work out a problem. You know, one of those things.
If you think so, George, far be it from us to intrude.
Well, anyway, it's getting late, and Father will be furious and if I don't come home soon.
Thanks, Lisa.
Tell Lisa I hope she feels better tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sure she will. It's just...
At least we could have finished eating.
Really, Martin, you're always thinking about your stomach. Good night, George.
Good night, George.
Good night. I'll say your goodbyes to Lisa for you. Lisa, wait!
I can't. Oh, darling, I tried. I tried for Father, for you. I can't. I just can't.
We're going to announce our engagement right here.
No.
Yes.
No.
And I'm going to dance a waltz with my own beloved Garrick woman from one end of this room to the other.
George, I beg you not to. No.
Dance with me.
No, George, no.
Dance with me.
Please, I beg you not to.
Listen, Lisa. Was I in your vision? Did the chandelier fall on me, too?
No.
Well, then as long as you're in my arms, it can't fall. Look up, Lisa.
I can't.
Look up.
No.
Look up, Lisa. Look up. Look up, Lisa. It cannot fall. It can't fall. It can't fall. That's Lisa. But it's no longer 1901. Now it's 1947, June 12th. And this wonderful party is for Lisa's granddaughter, who tonight is making her debut. So Lisa's premonition of disaster was all wrong.
Lisa! Lisa!
All wrong? As her namesake danced beneath it, the great chandelier fell, just as Lisa had seen it fall many years ago. The premonition came true 2 generations later. To whom it happened, we know. Where it happened, we know. How or why it happened. But I'm not quite ready to say goodnight. reading from left to right, Jennifer, Rose, and Mary. Dolls? Yes, but not nearly so innocent as they seem. Next week, they take over the life of a lonely little girl with devastating results.
Excuse me, sir.
What? Oh, I beg your pardon.
What have I here, dear?
What have I here, dear?
Come on, Big Brain. Let's hear from you.
Excuse me, sailor. What have I here, dear, means a cigarette case.
Wrong again, Professor. I suppose you know we're starting this act tomorrow night.
My own sweet angel, it means a cigarette case.
It means a fountain pen, Nitwit.
Darling, you're a liar.
Thank you, Professor.
Well, you came with the wrong cue.
That's right. You put me in the wrong.
I never argue with a lady.
I'm not a lady. I'm your wife.
Yep. What have I here, dear, means a fountain pen.
Oh, yes. Well, let's try again, Professor. What am I holding? That's cheating.
Well, if you don't trust me, I shall get a divorce.
Judge, my wife didn't trust me.
One of these days, I shall have you destroyed.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So now what?
So now what am I holding?
Darling, do you by any chance happen to remember the exact day when we were married?
Don't change the subject.
Well, you see, what I wanted to say was that since next April is going to be one of our anniversaries, that I might go out and buy you a nice big Christmas tree.
What am I holding?
You're holding a box of chocolates.
Wrong.
Right.
Wrong.
Right, Miss Noel. Peruse the book. Go on, peruse it.
Oh. Well, what you're saying about our anniversary...
What am I holding? What am I holding, you darling? Darling. I say, where's Mother? Mother! Mother!
Here. Can't we have a porter?
What for? Remember, a fool and his money are soon parted.
Yes, and you remember to mask all the fakes that come with steps. Oh! Stop there!
They are. Could I help?
Well, Simon, I see you've got everything.
Everything in the world, I should think.
Let's go.
Oh, you're wasting time. Come on.
Train goes in about half an hour.
Now, madam, have you anything to declare?
I have not.
Cigarettes?
No.
Cigars?
No.
Cameras?
No.
Perfume?
No, no, no.
Open this bag, please. Have you anything to declare, sir?
No, thank you, no.
Here's a pretty thing. What is it?
Pretty thing. That's, powder compact.
Right, darling.
You open this suitcase, please, sir. No cigars, cigarettes, cameras, or perfume?
No perfume.
Now, what have we got here?
What have we got here? That's,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
a bottle of whiskey.
Eh? Where?
Oh, I beg your pardon. I didn't mean that. There isn't one.
You
really.
said there was?
Yes. Well, you see, you said to me, what have we got here? And the answer to that is a bottle of whiskey.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't. Well, where is it?
Yes, but you don't understand. I mean, it's a gag.
Yeah, seems like it. Open this case, will you, please?
Yes, but listen to me. I'm the great Maximus.
Yes, very likely you are. Last week we had a man here who said he was Napoleon, but that doesn't alter the fact that whiskey is dutiable.
Yes, but you don't understand. We're a music hall turn. We're just starting on a tour. I'm a mind reader.
Yes, that's what I have to be, too. And I'm going to find that whiskey if I have to search all night for it. Put that in your mind and read it.
There you are, Max. I told you this new act would cause trouble. You should be like your father. Stick to the old routine. The proof of the pudding's in the eating.
Here, look here, my man. We shall miss our train.
Yes.
Ah, you with this gentleman?
Well,
Yes, right, well, come on, open up this case. Anything to declare?
No.
No perfumes?
No.
No cameras?
No.
No cigarettes?
No.
No cigars?
No.
Oh, nothing to declare, eh?
No.
No cigars?
Cigars.
Well, what about this?
Hey, don't open that.
What do you think I am?
It's a trick.
Yeah, like his disappearing whiskey, I suppose.
Why, please. It took me 2 hours to pack that.
Oh, did it? Well...
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the greatest mind-reading and thought-transmission act that has ever appeared before the public.
Dear, 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 dear.
Oh, now, don't you worry, Mother. Everything's going to be all right.
Max, stick to the old tricks just as your dad did. Remember, fools rush in where angels fear
Yes, but nothing venture, nothing have topsy. Now, will you please put that table onto the other side of the stage? I've asked you to twice. Put it on the blue mark, will you?
Professor.
Yes?
Can you tell me what it is?
It is a lipstick, darling.
Yeah, well, how do I look?
You look lovely, my sweet.
Do you think you can remember everything?
Well, that's good coming from you, anyway.
Don't say I haven't warned you,
Will you
Max.
please
If
go
everything should
away?
happen-
Mr. Maximus, please.
I have pleasure in introducing to you the great Maximus. I will introduce to you Mademoiselle Renee, who will come down amongst you. I ask you to test the miraculous powers of this marvelous pair and to see for yourselves the most perfect example of telepathetic communication the world has ever known.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the best tricks, like all the best things in life, are simple, though sometimes hard to explain. I do not profess to be a Superman. The powers I possess are possessed, more or less, by you all. Mademoiselle Renee is among you. She will ask you to pass her any small, personal article. The waves of thought emanating from her will come across the footlights to me. To put it simply, it will be as if Mademoiselle Renee were my own electric battery, motivating the force which gives me the power to retransmit to you my knowledge of what is in her mind. And by the hidden mysteries of the powers of thought, I will describe the object she is holding.
Any articles, ladies and gentlemen. Any personal articles. You, sir? What about you? No, really? You, miss, perhaps you have something.
Oh, no,
Yes, the young lady has something. Thank you. Thank you very much. Are you ready?
Absolutely, mademoiselle.
I have a very charming thing here. Can you tell me what it is?
It is a lipstick.
Got the first one right anyway.
Oh, that's beautiful. May I? Thank you very much. I should like you to tell me what I have now.
What you have now is a tie pin.
Getting on all right.
Yes, but there's many a slip twixt the cup and the lip.
Miss, ask him to tell you what this is.
Any personal articles, ladies and gentlemen. Anything you please.
Empress, this one's a bit unusual.
Oh, I'm sure you'd like the great nephew to tell you what this is.
Oh, yes.
What have I this time?
That, mademoiselle, is a watch. A wristwatch.
There you are. Time. Watch. See?
And now, Mademoiselle Renee will repeat her performance for the benefit of the ladies and gentlemen in the dress circle. Here, that's all very well, but what about this? Quiet.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I suppose she knows her way.
How do I get up to the circle?
Round the front. Ticket office facing.
I don't want a ticket. I'm part of the show.
You mean you're one of the artists?
Yes, can't you see my makeup?
Artists aren't allowed in front without permission.
I've got permission and the stage is waiting.
Well, you'll have to ask the manager at the ticket office.
Why can't I go through this way?
Because it doesn't lead to the circle.
Well, will you please tell me how I can get up to the circle?
Is Mademoiselle Renee up there yet?
No, she's not here. She's left you.
Where's the old girl got to?
Hi, what have I got here?
Pipe.
What have I got here?
Mister. Called himself a mind reader. What have I got here?
It's a letter.
What's it about?
From your wife.
Well, that's where you're wrong.
About your wife.
What did he say? He said it was about your wife. Oh, that's right.
It's from a hospital. That letter is 2 days old. You'd better go to your wife.
Don't tell me she's worse. Excuse me, will you?
This isn't the act they rehearsed.
I know what it is.
And you, I see a railway journey. I see.
Ring down! Max, are you all right? What's the matter with it? Doesn't look like a fight. My darling, what's the matter?
Rennie?
Oh, Max, what happened to you?
I don't know. I don't know.
I know. My father had it. A gift to see.
Take your seats, please, for the first dinner service. First dinner service, please, take your seats.
Well, it may have been real clairvoyance. But how can you be sure? Anyway, I think it's dangerous.
No worry, my sweet. It only happened once. It hasn't happened since.
It may never happen again.
I hope it does. We'll make our fortunes.
These things come and go. No one knows why. Perhaps there was someone in the theater, Max, in sympathy with you. Sort of...
You know, like you say in the act, sort of battery to your wireless receiver.
That's it.
No, I'll be a clairvoyant. This being an English railway, the menu will be tomato soup, roast beef, apple tart, cheese and biscuits, coffee, tuppence extra.
Ha ha.
Now, Mr. Prophet, you show your skill. What about Blue Boy for the 2:30 tomorrow?
I'm supposed to be a clairvoyant, not a tipster.
Oh, not much good foreseeing the future if you can't double the dough.
Never count your chickens before they're hatched.
Talking of chickens, what about this one?
I've seen that girl before.
That girl?
Yes. I don't remember. That girl. A journey.
Did you pull that communication cord?
This train will not get to a station. There will be an accident.
Accident?
What do you mean?
Oh, darling, excuse me, sir. This is a very serious kind of a joke, isn't it? Oh. If it's advertisement you're after, you'll get all you want in the police court. There's a penalty of £5 for this sort of thing.
I advise everybody to get off this train.
What for?
I've told you once.
Excuse me, God.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, do take your seats.
Mother, Simon.
I don't know why we're doing this.
Stop, Max.
Now, come along, everybody. Get aboard again, please. You don't seem to realize we've stopped in a tunnel.
I tell you to warn the rest of the passengers to get off the train.
Are you coming aboard?
No, I'm not.
Very well, you stay here on your own responsibility. Are you the land? Get these people out of the tunnel, will you? Why'd you let them off the train? Now, don't argue. Look after these people. Now, stand clear, please. Stand clear there, please.
Let's get out of this.
Come on, then, before the next train comes through.
Hi, what are you doing on the train?
I've just got off the train.
You mean the Manchester train?
Yes, he stopped it.
Hello, hello. What?
Where? How did it happen? There's been a smash.
Oh, Max.
I've closed the section.
Excuse me. Can I use the phone?
No, no.
I want to speak to my father.
Oh, use that one then. Can you see the smash?
Hello?
Is it bad?
Hello?
The coach is telescoped.
Can you give me a London number?
How many of them?
Fleet 9000. Yes, the Daily Sun.
Here, none of your newspaper stuff here. I thought you wanted to speak to your father.
I do. He's the owner of the paper.
Hello, time for Two Truths and a Lie, in which I will tell you two truths and one lie about this film. You must guess the lie. First, director Maurice Elvey directed Britain's first colour film, Sons of the Sea, from 1939. Second, Fay Wray's real first name is Valerie. Third, Claude Rains taught acting to John Gielgud and Sir Laurence Olivier. There you have it. We'll tell you the lie by the end of the film. Good luck.
Oh, Christine, dear. How are you? Good heavens. Wait a moment. Hello. Symes. Hold your front page. You'll probably have to set it up again. Excuse me, please.
I've never seen so many cars in all my life.
Never mind the cars. They let my front door in with a knocking.
I think it's an outrage.
I should think so.
What's an outrage, Simon?
These newspaper men have spelt my name wrong.
You should be very pleased to have your name on the front page at your time of life.
What do you mean, my time of life?
This man, if you please. Now, old man, what are you doing here?
Must you do that? I'm sorry, Mr. Bimiter.
Thank you. And thick and fast they came at last. And more and more and more. Hello, Maxie.
I'll have to let them in.
Mr. Maximus is not going to see anyone until after breakfast.
It isn't his front door.
And please see you don't burn his omelette.
I won't burn his
Mr.
omelette.
Rupert Body, variety agent.
Mr. Sam Leopold. He's a London manager.
Mr. Joseph Lehman.
Mr. Claude Simmons. You know, Max will offend some of these people if he doesn't see them. Ah, here's a man who really matters. James J. Bimiter.
Bimiter?
J.L. Corbin's representative.
You can't keep him waiting.
At last.
They break my door down.
All the big bugs in the variety business are waiting for you.
Let them wait.
But J.J. Bimiter's amongst them.
I once waited 5 hours for Mr. Bimiter, and then he slipped out of the back door.
And now he's waiting at your front door.
I'm in no mood for business today.
Mrs. Jones, show Mr. Bimiter in.
And what
Hey!
have I here?
A baggage. Don't drop me. I'm not insured.
I want to talk business. Madam, your bath is ready.
Oh, let it wait.
To a nunnery go, and quickly, too. Farewell and scrub
I want
myself.
to meet Mr. Bimiter.
Good morning. May I present my wife?
How do you do? I was just on my way to the bath. Excuse me.
Good morning. You've probably heard of me. I'm James J. Bimiter.
The Mr. Bimiter?
Quite.
Won't you come in? My partner.
How are you, sir?
My lady mother, the Duchess.
How do you do?
How do you do? Won't you sit down?
Thank you. Thank you. I happened to be in Manchester when I received a call from Mr. Coburn.
Which Mr. Coburn?
The Mr. Coburn. Well, to come straight to business, Mr. Coburn was impressed by your, shall we say, performance in prophesying the Manchester train accident. And he's going to give you £100 a week for 4 weeks at the London Palindrome.
How much?
£100.
He didn't say 100.
He did, but it isn't enough.
What?
What are you saying, Max?
You may thank Mr. Coburn for the offer, but I am not in the market.
You mean to say you ought to give more?
I mean that the effort of true clairvoyance is infinitely fatiguing.
Now, listen. You're getting £30 a week at present.
I want 300.
Good morning.
Good morning. Ah, Mr. Sam Leopold.
Leopold can't pay more than Mr. Coburn.
We'll see. Simon, show Mr. Leopold in.
Just a moment. I'll make it 150.
Good morning.
200.
Will you walk into my parlor, said the spider to the fly.
You're not worth a penny more.
Mr. Dick Crow. Simon, show Mr. Crow in too.
I'll make it 250.
300.
You're loony. It's money for jam.
250?
300.
It can't be done.
You're sure?
Certain.
We'll see.
Where are you going?
To get a second opinion.
My opinion's the only one you want. Let me tell you, Mr.
tell
Dick-
him, not me.
Anything the matter with him?
Gentlemen, I'm offered £250 a week. Any advance on 250? Going.
Swollen head. That's what's the matter with him. £300. Who does he think he is? I've been in this business for 25...
What, you still here?
Well, did you see them?
All of them.
What are they offering? 250? 300?
Don't you want your hat?
300. I don't believe it.
Will you pay?
No, I won't. Good morning.
Now, who's the 300 merchant?
There wasn't one. I was bluffing. I thought he'd fall for it.
Well, that's torn it. Well, of all this...
Well, I think we might be able to fix it.
300?
300.
And expenses.
And expenses.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Aye. What about a contract?
My word is my bond.
Well, what about a bit on account?
Oh, all right. There you are. There's a £10 note. All right, then. One moment.
Has Mr. Bimmer gone?
My darling, we're a success. We go to the London Palindrome at 300 a week. And you can go and buy any personal article with rings on your fingers and bells on your toes.
Mr. Max is a flop. You're bound to admit it. Why, he's keeping people out of the theater. All this week, he hasn't told the audience a single thing. What Mr. Coburn wants is prophecy.
Mr. Max is doing his best.
Well, Mr. Coburn says his best is bad. What Mr. Coburn wants is prophecies.
Mr. Max can't turn them out like sausages.
Well, Mr. Coburn says he's got to.
He's a clairvoyant, not a pork butcher.
Well, anyhow, Mr. Coburn wants results. Prophecies by Saturday, or you're through.
Is that what Mr. Coburn says?
His very words. What Mr. Coburn wants is
prophecies.
I'll prophesy a murder in a minute.
Good morning.
Darling, I don't think we shall be at the Palindrome after this week.
Well,
Now, don't say I told you so.
I know when to keep quiet.
Well, I suppose we've got till Saturday. Something may come to me. If only my mind weren't this awful blank. You know, the more I try to see things, the emptier it gets. And then all those people out front every night wanting me to tell them who's going to win the boat race or how many kittens the cat's going to have.
I know how you feel. I think you ought to give it up. Yes, I do. I've been watching you. This constant effort, it's making you ill.
Oh, I'm all right.
Sweet, can't we go back to the old act?
Well, £10 a week and lodgings for the night.
We were happy then.
Aren't you happy now?
I've been happier.
Well, don't you like this sort of life?
I like it if you do.
Hi. Sweet, what's the matter?
Well, I haven't seen very much of you lately, have I?
Well, isn't that a pleasant change?
I suppose it ought to be, but you've become a habit.
Bad habit, darling.
Well, good women always marry the wrong men. You'd pass in a crowd. But you know, Max, you don't even need me in the act anymore.
Renee, what's worrying you? Hello? Miss Shawn? See me? All right, sure on.
Christine Shawn?
Nice girl, that. Lovely head. Oh, thank you. Come in.
Good morning, darling.
Hello, Topsy.
Good morning.
Morning, Simon.
Morning.
Hello, Simple. How do you feel?
Like yesterday's beer. You hear Bimmer to go?
I think the entire hotel did.
He says what Mr. Coburn wants is prophecies.
Well, that's not unreasonable.
Max, my dear, I'm very worried about you. This clairvoyant business nearly killed your granddad.
Oh, no, Topsy. I adore you, but you are an old pessimist.
After all, Coburn's only human. 1 or 2 prophecies a week could keep him quiet.
Simon, I cannot switch it on to order.
I know. But don't you think you could help yourself out a bit?
Well, what will you have? Performing elephants, a bearded lady?
Now, you know what I mean. Use your imagination.
You mean fake.
Come in.
Miss Shawn is here, sir.
All right, I'm coming. Where's my coat?
Here it is.
Thank you, sweet.
Miss Shawn?
Yes, Christine Shawn.
She's an early bird. Street's not aired yet.
Wait a minute, Max. Here you are. I'd like you to look your best for your public.
Hello. How nice to see you. What's the matter? Do I look different or something?
No, you're just the same.
Well, how are you anyway?
Terrible. Too early to be anything else.
Well, you look a little worried. What's the matter?
You don't miss much, do you? Sit down, I'll tell you.
I wonder what she wants to see him for.
I don't know. Something about the newspaper, I suppose.
Oh, perhaps you're right. Might be another boost.
You know Coburn?
The villain of the piece.
Well, he and Father dined together last night. Oh, he was horrible about you.
Did he use the word charlatan? Do you think I'm that?
Do you think I'd be here if I did?
Well, he may have been right.
Oh, it's a bit of good, that would.
I do hope it's nothing serious.
So do I. Had enough shocks for one day. What we need is some advertising.
But your gift's a real one.
So real. I'm no good to Coburn.
Good morning, Miss Shawn.
Good morning.
Oh, Max, darling, you forgot your handkerchief.
Thank you.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Just sent by hand, sir. Marked very urgent.
Thank you.
What is it, Max?
It's from Coburn.
I know what that is. What Primitive said?
Yes.
From Saturday?
From now.
Oh, dear.
There you are.
Is there any answer, sir?
What? No.
I wish you'd tell me the window of the Derby, sir.
Autolycus.
What did you tell that page?
Page? What do you mean?
He asked you for the Derby winner. You told him something.
Hi! Page! Page! Here, boy, come here a minute. Here. What did Mr. Maximus say? What horse?
He said Autolycus, sir. But there ain't no such animal.
There is. I remember the name.
Here, where's the betting? Here it is. Jenny Lynn, 3-1. Danny, 5-1. Faithful Charles, 6-2. It's not here.
It is. Look, Autolycus. 100-1. Autolycus.
That's right. That's right. Autolycus will win the Derby.
Autolycus. Autolycus couldn't win the Derby if he had 10 legs and they fed him on dynamite. Autolycus. Not a horse. He's a joke.
Joke or not, he'll win.
You'll pardon me. This is my job. I've had 20 years' experience on the turf.
Not a matter of experience, Mr. Brooks. I know, and you know it's all superstition. All we've got to decide is whether we can afford to let the paper carry the story or not.
But, sir, we'd be a laughingstock.
Not when Autolycus wins. Daddy, Maximus was right about the trade.
Autolycus can't win. They're only running him in the hope he'll fall dead to save expense of shooting him.
Can't we run it in question form? Can Sear foretell Derby winner? Then whatever happens, we're all right.
I'm opposed to it.
It's news, and it's safe, sir.
We'd be backing a loser.
I'll take a chance. You win, my dear. All right, get the paper out.
Hello, everybody. It's a brilliant scene down here at Epsom. The downs are crowded as usual, and the interest in this year's Derby is greater than ever because of the sensational prophecy made by the great Maximus. I think this must be a record attendance, and certainly the volume of traffic is greater than ever before. No doubt this is partly due to the fact that Mr. Maximus himself is expected to be present at the race. By the way, I had great difficulty in getting here myself. The traffic was so bad, so I hope he left his London hotel in plenty of time.
This way, please. Excuse me, Mr. Maximus. May I introduce you to Mr. Hurd of Broadcasting House?
How do you do, Mr. Hurd? This car, Mr. Maximus. This car? And then we can discuss your broadcast on the way to the court.
This way, madam, indeed.
Do you mind going down without me?
No.
Mr. Maximus, if you please.
Your name? Simon. Oh, thanks very much.
Aren't you excited? How do I look? You look like the Queen of Sheba, darling.
Who's that woman? Christine Shawn. Oh.
People are still pouring into the stands, and there's a steady stream of cars making its way... Isn't he? Oh, I've just heard that Mr. Maximus has managed to get here. I must say I think he's lucky, because with this traffic congestion on the roads, I'm afraid there are bound to be thousands of people who'll never get to the course in time for this year's derby.
Come on, get a move on. We didn't come to see a motor show. Turn it on a bit louder, will you?
Yes, sir. Everything seems pretty well set for another great derby.
Perhaps we should be in time for next year's race.
Parade's just started. A really perfect collection of 3-year-olds. Here comes Jenny Lind, yesterday's favorite. She looks in fine condition. And Hesperus. There's Tiger Man. I like the look of him. Hello, and here comes Autolycus, the horse tipped to win by Maximus, the Clairvoyant. It seems incredible that one man should have such influence. In a moment, I'll speak to you himself.
Jenny Lind's the obvious bet for today. On form, there's nothing can touch her. Though Tiger Man has certainly shown real promise recently.
Yes, I learned my little piece on the way down. But I say I can't think what's happened to my wife.
The last time I saw this horse run was at Newbury. He finished strongly on the 1.25 miles. As for Autolycus, despite Mr. Maximus's assurances, I'm afraid I can't see him finishing the course. Still, as they say, the derby's always a gamble.
They're going over to the start now. I think we just got time. Here's Mr. Maximus.
Max is going to speak.
Good old Max.
Bless his heart.
Hello, everybody. I can't say much because they're almost ready to start. As regards Autolycus, well, it just came to me, and, that's that. Events may prove I'm wrong, but I think I'm right, and, that's all. Goodbye.
Thank you, Mr. Maximus. Now, they're lining up at the starting gate. They're under starter's orders. They're moving up. They're moving up. Any moment now. Come on! A perfect start. Can't see who's leading for the moment. They're all bunched up. I can see Jenny Lind, Faithful Charles, Tiger Man, and Hesperus in front. Monica seems to be boxed in. He'll never make it unless he gets away from the rails. They're coming up to the gorse bushes, and I can see them better. It's Jenny Lind in the lead. She's setting a tremendous pace. She'll never keep it up. Faithful Charles the length behind. Tiger Man's well placed and going strongly. Hesperus is there. It's a terrific race. They're coming down to Tatnam Corner. Jenny Lind's still leading by a length. Tiger Man's coming up. He's past Faithful Charles. They're on the corner now. Jenny Lind still leading. What a magnificent filly. But it's uphill now, and Tiger Man's closing the gap. Tiger Man's now second. There's Hesperus right on the rails. Hello, look at Autolycus. Autolycus is coming away on the outside. Straight. He'll make it yet? No, he can't do it. It's Tiger Man's race. He's clear of the field. How do you want on Tiger Man? Tiger Man will win it. Tiger Man! Tiger Man! Tiger Man wins!
Max was wrong.
Here are the first three past the post. Tiger Man, Autolycus, Jenny Lind.
That puts us among the also-ran.
Oh, wait a minute. There's an objection. Yes, the red flag's going up. But there goes the green flag. Objection sustained. Autolycus wins the derby.
Max was right. It was right. He was lost.
Thanks. Oh, what a day. I thought we'd never get home at all.
Is Mr. Maximus back yet?
Yes, madam. He returned about 6:30.
6:30. Oh, he'll be waiting for us.
Well, I got a thirst I wouldn't sell for 1,000.
Taxi, please.
Yes, sir.
I know. I'm simply famished.
Oh, hello.
How do you do?
Good evening. Did you enjoy the derby? Oh, yes. Every word of it. Can I offer you anything? Oh, thank you. Mr. Maximus gave me a cocktail. He's just changing. He really ought to hurry. Oh. Oh, I'll tell him.
Oh, hello, darling. Thank heavens you've come. Help me with this collar, will you? Oh, come on, sweet.
Going out, dear?
Yes, I'm off to the Derby banquet.
With Christine Shaw?
Good Lord, no. I'm going with our father. It's a stag party. I say, sweet, things have been moving today.
Yes, I guess some things did.
Southwood's made me the most marvellous offer. He wants me to be a newspaper prophet on the Daily Sun. I say, did you see the race? Where were you?
In the car.
He's offering the most wonderful money.
Have you accepted?
Oh, my darling, what do you think? There. I'm starting tomorrow, you know, looking to the future and all that. I like old Southwood.
You seem to like his daughter, too.
Well, she's been rather a brick, you know, and she's waiting now to take me across in the car.
That's sweet of her.
I say, darling, what's the matter with you?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, no, come on, Sunshine. What is worrying you?
Well, I thought we might have been together this evening.
Yes, I know, but you see, I've got to go to the banquet. After all, it was arranged by...
By Christine's father.
Yes, darling, I'd take you if I could, but it's a stag party. And after all, now, you must realize that from a business point of view...
Here's your jacket.
Thank you, darling. Now, don't be hurt. After all, now, just think what it's leading to. Our future.
I'm wondering what it's going to be like.
What?
Max, it's time we started.
Coming!
We?
Darling, you're being rather silly and petulant.
Here's your coat.
Thank you, darling. I say, you're not upset because she's taking me across, are you?
Should I be?
Oh, no, darling. Darling. Now, let's meet afterwards and have food together, just the two of us.
Do you really think you can eat 2 meals in one evening?
Darling, you're being rather childish.
Am I?
Yes.
It's only because I love you rather a lot.
Max.
Well, goodbye, sweet.
Oh, here's your hat.
Oh, thanks. Bye-bye.
The show starts in 4 minutes.
Hello there! Time for some words about some of the cast and crew of tonight's film, The Clairvoyant. First, director Maurice Elvey did not direct many other, if much at all really, of B films, horror films, science fiction films, but he did direct quite a bit. Over 200 films and shorts. He was a very prolific director of his time. Charles Bennett, the screenwriter of this film, received an Oscar nomination for his screenplay for Foreign Correspondent. And there are a lot of Hitchcock connections to this film. Many people who were in it and worked on it also worked with Alfred Hitchcock. But Charles Bennett, he also wrote the screenplays, speaking of Hitchcock, for 39 Steps, Sabotage, Secret Agent, The Man Who Knew Too Much. He also wrote the screenplay for Curse of the Demon, The Lost World, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. He also wrote some of the television episodes of that, and some television episodes on Land of the Giants. Claude Rains, of course, is the star of the film. He plays Maximus. He was in Battle of the Worlds, which I've hosted. He's, of course, known for his roles as the Invisible Man and the Phantom of the Opera. He received Oscar nominations for Best Supporting Actor for Mr. Skeffington and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington and Casablanca, and he was also in many other great films throughout his entire career. Legendary actor. Fay Wray plays Raina. She, of course, was in King Kong, the original version. She was also in The Most Dangerous Game, the first version of that filmed, The Vampire Bat, Mystery of the Wax Museum, and many other great works. Mary Claire, who plays Maximus's mother, was also in The Lady Vanishes, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. And then you have Carlton Hobbs, he plays the race announcer in this film. He was in the 39 Steps. He was also in The House That Dripped Blood. Great name for a film. Jack Rain, he was the customs agent in one of the first scenes of this film. And he was in The Ghoul with Boris Karloff. He was in an episode of One Step Beyond called I Saw You Tomorrow. I've hosted that episode. Glenn McWilliams was the cinematographer of this film, and he was also the cinematographer for Alfred Hitchcock on many films like Dressed to Kill, Lady in Distress, and Lifeboat, which he got an Oscar nomination for that in 1945. And then you have Alfred Young, who is art director of this film. He had an Oscar nomination for his work on Knights of the Round Table from 1954, if I remember correctly, and also he won an Oscar for his work on Black Narcissus from 1948. So there you have it. We hope you are enjoying the film. We'll get right back to it after this word from our sponsor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Zorro.
Zorro, what is this gentleman holding up?
It is a round, golden-colored object. It is a watch.
Correct, Zorro.
This watch is water-resistant and dust-resistant, is it not, sir?
Correct, Zorro.
But it isn't an ordinary watch. It is more accurate than an ordinary watch, right, sir?
Correct, Zorro.
You never have to wind this watch. It is an electric watch, right, sir?
Correct, Zorro. Zorro, the gentleman would like to know if you can tell him what the watch costs.
Of course. This electric watch costs you exactly $129.95.
There must be some interference, Zorro.
Oh, sir, you must concentrate very hard. You paid $149.95. $120.75? $99.16? $60.98? $69.13?
The electric Timex, an incredible $25. Who'd ever guess an electric watch could cost so little? With automatic calendar, $30. Equally incredible.
Your Grace, my lords and gentlemen, a praise silence for your chairman, the Lord Southward.
Grace, my lords, gentlemen, the King.
The toast is His Majesty the King.
King. God bless him. Now, Mr. Maximus,
Your Grace, my lords and gentlemen, you may smoke.
Have a glass of port. No, thank you, I don't drink port. I wish you predict the winner of the Oaks, Mr. Maximus. I can't predict order, you know.
Your Grace, my lords and gentlemen, praise silence for your chairman.
Your Grace, my lords and gentlemen, I hope you'll agree with me that we've had a very pleasant day, particularly me.
Well, really, Miss Shawn,
It's all right. I've only come to fetch Father. Isn't he speaking now?
I expect that'll be at least an hour.
I don't mind waiting.
If the committee knew there was a lady in the club, they would think it was the end of the world.
I have an announcement to make. He has done me the great honor to accept an offer I had made him. From tonight onwards, gentlemen, he joins my newspaper as seer. In fact, I think we may say in very truth, gentlemen, he is the prophet of the sun.
You're not eating anything, darling.
I can't.
Here. Have a drop of this, dear, to keep your strength up.
No, thank you.
I know what you're worrying about.
I suppose it's dreadfully foolish of me. All she did was drive him to the banquet.
That's all?
I was awfully mean to him when he left. He asked me to meet him for supper, and I never even said yes or where or anything.
Well, why not ring him up and fix it?
I should, shouldn't I?
Set your mind at rest.
Absolutely. He'll be feeling as blue about it as you are.
Go on, do it now. No time like the present.
All right.
My Lord Chairman, Your Grace, my lords and gentlemen, praise silence for Mr. Maximus.
my Lord Chairman, Your Grace, my lords, and the gentlemen. First of all, I would like to express my indebtedness to Lord Southwood and to all those who have helped me. Looking into the future, I see trouble. Terrible trouble for myself. I'm sorry you all look so relieved. If I dare to foretell the winner of another race, I shall most certainly be assassinated by the bookmakers. If my prophecy is wrong, then I shall have the public themselves on my heels. Then Lord Southwood will undoubtedly sack me.
Oh, Mrs. Maximus.
Oh, well, as the guard on the Manchester train remarked, there's a penalty for this sort of thing.
Hello. This is
I'm beginning
Christine
to believe
Shawn.
he was right.
Oh, it's so exciting here. Your husband's absolutely the lion of the evening. And such a brilliant speaker.
I
Hello?
don't want you to think that I am not conscious
Hello?
of the great honor Lord Southwood has
I
done
mean,
in
cut off.
asking me to join his paper. It will mean a greater public.
What's the matter? Didn't you get Max?
Christine Shawn.
It's impossible.
Yes, it's a stag party.
That's what I thought.
Remy. Here's a pretty kettle of fish.
What's she driving at?
You heard? You haven't got cloth ears.
Anything I can do?
What are you doing? I'm going. What do you mean, going? I'm leaving. Oh, but why, my dear, why? Isn't it perfectly obvious? But you don't realize what you're doing. I can't let you go. No, no, Mother, don't. Where will you go? What will you do? Oh, no, please, please,
Remy.
Mother. I've told you. I'm going.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Riding a bicycle. Hello. Phoning to Max, you fool. Hello. Hello. Give me a line, please.
Hello? Oh, I see. Just wait a moment.
We live in a frightening, in many ways, a very cruel world. And if I can alleviate by even the smallest fraction the burden of my fellow men, then I shall feel that my life and this gift with which it is so curiously bound has not been entirely wasted. Why, hello, Christine. I didn't know there are loud ladies in here.
They don't.
Excuse me, will you? Thank you. Hello? Oh, hello, Mother. Going away? Why is she going away? Oh, no, no. No. She's making a mistake. You must talk to her. No, I can't come at the moment, but you must talk to her. I'll get back as soon as I can. Yes, hurry. Stop her.
Max, what's the matter?
That's queer. Hello? Hello? Of course, she rang off.
What was it?
I thought I saw
So what?
my mother,
Max!
Christine. Oh, no, it couldn't have been. It could. I must go back to this banquet business.
Rennie! Rennie!
fool, my dear. Max said... Rennie! Rennie!
What's the matter, madam?
Oh, silly of me. I fell downstairs.
Shall we fetch a doctor?
No, no.
What happened? Are you hurt?
I'm all right. I just fell. Where do you think you're going?
I'm coming back with you.
That's right, darling. Rennie. I want to talk to you about Max. Oh.
Oh, darling.
Hello. Hello, get me Mr. Maximus, please. Yes, you know where he is.
Rennie. Rennie. I must say something to you. Quickly.
No, not now.
I must. It's about Max. That gift is bad. It's no good. He must give it up.
Yes, of course.
Yes. It's Christine Shawn. She's what I said before. She's the power. He must give it up. He must give her up. Tell him. Tell him.
I'll tell him.
Bringing unhappiness to you both, darling. Yeah. They say one sees very clearly in the face of...
Oh, Topsy. Topsy. Oh. Oh, Max, you think you're so infallible. You couldn't even see your mother's death.
I did see it. Or almost did. Just after she telephoned to me. But I put it away from me. Christine was beside me.
Christine. What your mother said was true. It's Christine's presence that gives you the power to see. Why, you've no gift at all when she's not with you.
I feel she's very close tonight.
Max.
But it's as if there was a bond between us. A queer sort of sympathy. It's stronger than I am.
Is it stronger than your love for me?
Oh, please, God, I hope not.
Oh, Max. This thing's becoming a mania with you. You've got to break this bond. Not for my sake, but for the sake of your sanity.
I can't break it. It's going on. I know it.
Weakness isn't going to help. Oh, Max, I'm fighting a battle for your mind, and I've got to win it. We've got to go back to the old life.
Rennie, don't you realize what's happening to me? I can't go back.
If you'll only use your strength of will.
What strength of will? Against?
What? I love you more than anything else in the world. But if you go on with this, then I will leave you.
But it may be a gift from God.
Or the devil.
It's getting late. You two ought to be going back.
Yeah.
Come on.
Do you mind if I stay here a bit? I'd like to do some thinking.
So long as you think along my lines.
Don't worry.
Don't be too long.
I won't.
Hi, taxi.
Max, I meant what I said, you know.
You always do.
You will give it up?
I never argue with a lady.
Don't catch cold, dear.
I won't. Sorry. Did I hurt your arm? That's all right. Have these. Thanks. Here. It's the first whole cigarette I've smoked for a week. But I know your face. I've seen it in the papers. Why, of course. You're Maximus. Yes. I wish my future were as happy as yours. Down on your luck? Yes, that's a mild way of putting it. How did it happen? Oh. Bad break, I suppose. I had the chance of what seemed a good job offered me. In the Humber shaft. Under the river, you know. Only it meant going up to Hull. And I had to choose between my wife and the job. And you chose your wife? I chose the job. Nothing seemed to have gone right since. Thanks for telling me that. What do you mean? I've been faced with much the same problem myself. A choice between your wife or your job? Yes. And thanks to you, I've chosen my wife. But you're wrong. 100% wrong. You, Maximus? Why, you've got no choice. I don't follow you. Then let me tell you something. You've got a far greater gift than any of us. You can build a new world by using the gift as it should be used, by seeing all the terrible things before they happen and stopping them whilst there's time. That's your job. It's more than your job. It's your duty. No, it's too late. What you said first decided me. I'm putting this gift out of my life forever.
Yes, Carlton speaking.
Hello, Carter. Dixon here. Yes, we're right in the bowels of the earth. Yes, under the river. Can you hear the drill? It's deafening here.
What are you talking about?
There, that's the train passing now. It's going up to the surface. Well back. Now! Don't tell me you didn't hear that one, Carter. Now look here, Carter, what about this column?
Yes, I've got the stuff. You can run it in the first edition.
I'm not sure. This Derby prophecies take up a lot of space. I'll find out and ring you back.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Clear. What's worrying you? Hello?
Perhaps she's worried about bad phone service. If you're like her, call Maximus Phones, because we have phones for every type of service. Personal phones, hotel desk phones, railroad station phones, restaurant phones, mine shaft phones, and of course, office phones.
I wish my future were as happy as yours.
It can be with Maximus Phones. Call today.
I tell you I'm definite. I'm not going on with it.
Yes, but listen.
If you don't mind, I'd rather not discuss it. I'm grateful to you, sir, for the offer you've made me, but I'm definitely not accepting.
But Max...
Now, Christine, don't you try to persuade me.
Why the sudden change in your point of view?
I have my reasons.
Well, of course, if you feel like that, What is it, Carter?
Oh, excuse me, sir, it's Dixon. We've kept that column open for him, and I've got him hanging on the phone now from the Humber Shaft.
Oh, yes. Do you want me to run that Humber Shaft story, sir?
Humber Shaft. What do you think?
Well, as far as that
The
goes, I
Humber
can hold the
Shaft.
stuff over to Wednesday.
That's queer.
You see, this
The
Humber
man was
Shaft...
talking to me about the Humber Shaft.
Max.
The Humber Shaft. There's going to be a disaster. The water sweeping in will carry the men away.
Mr. Max.
I tell you I'm right. You've got to warn them.
What do you mean?
Did I say I wouldn't go on? I must go on. Here's your first prophecy. The Humber Shaft will be destroyed. Splash it across your front page. Give it all the space you can.
You're crazy.
Save the poor devils while there's time.
What do you think I am? I'd run myself in for the biggest libel action of the century.
I was right about the train, wasn't I?
But there are millions of pounds involved.
There are hundreds of lives involved.
He's right, Father. You've got to run it.
I will not.
Then I'll go elsewhere.
No other paper will run it either.
You mean no one will warn the men?
Go down Fleet Street and see.
I'm not going down Fleet Street. I'm going up to the Humber. Now.
Max.
Yeah?
My car's outside. Can I take you?
Yes, come on.
Yes, he's here. Arrived about an hour ago. Crazy isn't the word for it. He's been telling the manager that the tunnel's going to blow up or something. Yeah, the news spread to the workings, and the men came streaming up like flies. Yeah, he's talking to him now.
I tell you, if you go down today, half of you will never come up alive. You've got to believe me. Do you think I came all this way just to fool you? There's going to be a disaster. Nothing can prevent it.
Don't you take any notice of him. The man's crazy.
You want to be caught like so many rats? The Daily Sun wouldn't publish my warnings. Your own managers refused to listen to me. They said I was talking superstitious nonsense. But it isn't nonsense. Was I right about the Manchester Express? Was I wrong about the Derby? Can any one of you look me in the eyes and tell me I'm wrong now?
You're mad. Get back to your work. All of you.
I came up here to warn you, to save you from the terror which I know is coming. I implore you, I beseech you, for the sake of your wives, your mothers, and your sons. Don't go on the night shift!
Stop! All of you! You're gone mad? Where are you going? Are you going to throw yourselves out of work for the sake of a dirty trickster? Hey! Out of work! That's what I said! There's the signal for the night shift. The train's waiting to take you down. Get to your work, all of you. The man who refuses is through! Through! And you can take it or leave it!
Well, are you going down?
They'll go down. Well, what are you waiting for? The shaft's perfectly safe. Safe as your own houses. Get back to work, every one of you. The train's waiting to take you down.
Yes, they're going down again. Yeah, I'll ring through later.
Those poor devils.
You're not to blame, whatever happens.
Why couldn't I convince them? No, Rennie was right. I shouldn't have gone on with it.
She wasn't right. You've got something that belongs to the world. You've got to go on.
You believe that?
I know it. Perhaps it's woman's intuition. Or perhaps it's just because I love you. Why do you look like that?
Because you love me.
Is that wrong?
I don't know.
Max, I love you.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, are you satisfied now?
No. It's on your own head, McGregor.
Getting on with it.
Come on.
Some of them aren't so happy.
I'll be glad when this shift's over.
Oh, snap out of it.
You're safer now.
Find that plunger. You sure you're all right?
I'm all right.
Are you ready? Oh! No, wait!
Maximus in the dock.
Late final.
Maximus
Disaster special. It wouldn't have happened if he hadn't put the wind up them.
Murderer, that's what he is.
He ought to be hanged.
Neat. Are you going to stand here and do nothing? Oh. Or are you going to show Maximus he can't murder our people and get away with it?
Show him. Come on.
This terrible tragedy in the Humber shaft was brought about by panic. Panic which is directly traceable to the so-called prophecy of the prisoner at the bar.
The very nature of the prisoner's activities made it vital that he should keep his name before the public. He chose a very terrible means of achieving that object. 200 bodies have been recovered. 110 are still lying in that shaft yonder. The deaths of these men must be laid at the door of one man only. The prisoner.
I call my first witness, Miss Christine Shaw.
Miss Christine Shaw.
Miss Christine Shaw.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence which I give this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You are Miss Christine Shaw?
Yes.
You are attending here on subpoena?
Yes.
I understand that you were present when the prisoner, as he alleges, foresaw the disaster.
I was with him when the Clairvoyant state came on him.
Well, if you like to call it that. The prisoner just lost his post on the Daily Sun.
He just resigned it.
Well, I suppose we might put it that way.
He had resigned it.
Quite. We really didn't quarrel about a word. At any rate, at this juncture, the prisoner was out of employment.
Yes.
And so he promptly made a prophecy, which was bound to attract public attention.
That's not why he made it.
You don't think it was? You drove the prisoner up to the Humber?
Yes.
You were there when he told the workers there would be a disaster?
Yes.
The workers were alarmed. One might almost say they were in a state of panic.
What's that got to do with it?
Were they alarmed?
Of course they were alarmed. His prophecy has come true.
Exactly. Then do you not think, from what you saw, that the workers' alarm was calculated to bring about a state of tension, hardly conducive to safety?
I don't understand.
Come, Miss Shaw.
You're trying to force me to speak against him.
I am asking you if you don't believe that the accident was due to the prisoner's prophecy.
I wasn't in the shaft. How am I to know?
Answer the question, Miss Shaw.
I can't answer it.
You are here to give evidence.
I didn't want to come.
Why not? Was it because you thought your evidence would hurt the prisoner's case?
I didn't think about it at all.
Oh, well, perhaps you will be good enough to think now. You were present, I understand, when the accused prophesied the Manchester Express disaster.
Yes.
Are you aware that had the prisoner not stopped the train, it would have cleared the points and the collision would have been avoided? Miss Shawn?
I didn't know that.
Well, I tell it to you now as a fact. Do you still believe the prisoner is a genuine clairvoyant?
He foretold the Derby winner.
He's not the first person to bring off 100 to 1 chance. How do you know this wasn't merely a lucky coincidence?
Why do you ask me that? How can any of us know what is the truth?
Then you agree with me. You are not sure that the gift is genuine.
That's not what I said.
Thank you.
But...
Thank you, Miss Shawn. That is all.
I have no questions to ask this witness.
Call Arthur Watts.
Arthur Watts? Arthur Watts?
I let him down. I let him down. They told me you were going to leave him. I haven't left him. You love him, don't you? Yes. I wanted to take him away from you. Do you still want to? He doesn't care for me. But you care for him, and you can help him. I hate to say this to you, but I've got to make you understand. You see, the gift only comes when you're near him. It's got to stop. It's got to. You mustn't see him again.
You are telling us that it was panic caused the disaster?
Yes, panic.
And that but for this man's prophecy, your fellow workers would have been alive today.
As God is my judge, I believe they would.
I do love him, sir.
Yes, we both love him. But it's his happiness I'm thinking of. If this thing goes on, I believe he'll go mad. Oh, don't you understand? It's up to you.
I'll never see him again.
Promise?
Never. After today.
And that, members of the jury, concludes the case for the prosecution.
Members of the jury, my client is an innocent man. Many times throughout history, men have stood, much as my client stands now, pilloried by mankind for no greater sin than the possession of a gift which the world has failed to understand. Knowing the strength of my case, I propose to call 2 witnesses only, my client himself and his wife, Renee. I call Mrs. Maximus.
Mrs. Maximus, please. Thank you.
Of course I believe in my husband's power. I didn't want him to use it. But he felt if he did use it, he could help people.
Did you believe it was genuine?
It is genuine. I only wish it weren't.
I see. And has it always been genuine?
Yes, always.
So that right back in those old days, when the great Maximus and yourself were a somewhat indifferent music hall turn, earning a somewhat indifferent salary, even then you believed that your husband was a genuine clairvoyant.
Oh, no, not then.
He was not genuine.
Well, you see, I mean...
Was he or was he not?
That's not a fair question.
It is a perfectly fair question. Answer me directly. Was your husband a charlatan or not?
Our act was a professional routine.
A fake routine.
Yes, of course it was. It had to be, don't you see?
You have admitted that your husband was a professional trickster. Thank you.
Oh, no, but the gift, that's different. The one was fake, the other was not.
I don't wish to detain you any further.
But I must explain.
This way, if you please.
Silence in court.
This way, miss, please.
Mr. Maximus, please. Mr. Maximus.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence which I give this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Mr. Maximus, I have only a few questions. Why did you foretell the Humber Shaft disaster?
Because I foresaw it.
You must tell what you see.
I must tell what I see.
You believed you could have saved these men's lives?
I could have saved them.
You were not prompted by any thought of gain?
I was not.
Tell the court, is this gift genuine or is it not?
It is genuine. God help me.
Thank you. That is all.
I find your statement most interesting, Mr. Maximus. So you really believe in this clairvoyant business yourself?
Of course I believe in it.
Quite. It's a gift, isn't it? I think that's what you call it. You have the effrontery to assert that you can foretell the future. You claim omnipotence. You have a gift from God himself.
I never said that.
Oh, then perhaps it's from the other source. Is that it? Perhaps you'll tell us it's a gift from the devil.
Somebody else once suggested that.
If this gift is genuine, why not demonstrate it here? It's simple enough. Give us a taste of your quality, Maximus. Prove that you are genuine and my case falls to the ground. Prophesy, Maximus. Put on your act. Demonstrate your art. Tell the jury what will be their verdict. Prophesy, Maximus. Prophesy. Prophesy.
But I can't. I can't do all that.
But you can for money.
But I can't see.
Of course you can't. And I'll tell you why. Because you're a charlatan and a faker. If you're not, why did your wife threaten to leave you? Why did your wife threaten to leave you?
I see the men.
Ah, that's better. Now, members of the jury, watch him perform.
110 living men. They're tapping their way out by the eastern shaft. The eastern shaft. They're weak. They're famished. But they're alive. They're tapping their way out. They're at the surface. Soon, news will come. News. Soon.
It's true, I tell you. They got them all out. They're alive.
I am given to understand that what you have just told us is the truth. These men are free and alive. In these circumstances, I have no option but to suggest to the foreman of the jury that...
If you'll excuse me, my lord, we, the jury, are agreed. Our verdict is not guilty.
Come on, step up, draw in closer, and be entertained by the greatest clairvoyant and mind reader America has ever seen.
Why, he's only a taster. What you going to see inside, folks? And all for a dime 10 cents. The 10th part of a dollar. Come on, put him to the test. Call him anything you like. And remember, it's $50 to the one that can say how he does it. $50. Come on, $50 to you if you can tell us how he does it. It'd be a shame to take the money.
You don't know what you're missing, mister.
Come on, let's go to the hospital. Thanks very much. Go to my hospital.
Step up, ladies and gentlemen. Step up. It's all free. See for yourselves. This great is.
So memorize the list and cut it up. Yes. But don't burn it. So memorize the list, cut it into pieces, throw them. Oh, hello. We hope you have enjoyed The Clairvoyant. Please feel free to email us your comments about it. Also be sure to check out our blog, Facebook fan page, Twitter feed, Weird-O-Rama.com, and of course our Patreon page if you are in the giving mood. Oh yes, by the way, the line, Fay Ray's first name was not Valerie, it was actually Vina, V-I-N-A, Vina, Fay Ray. So, for all of us at Weird-O-Rama, this is Victor von Psychotron, telling all of you to stay weird.